Welcome to my game development stream. Today without avatar because I just noticed it didn't work. Decided to work on the project instead of fixing my face tracking. Let's first look at the current state of my project and then see what's the current to-dos or what I want to work on next. Starting my environment. I left with some errors left last time. So I am working on game structure to increase performance. So currently a lot of things are not working. Black dots are enemies. Neither can I hit them nor can I run over them, but the problem before was that if too many enemies exist, the performance will go down rapidly, and the new structure should not happen. So I need to fix a lot of stuff. So I have written something in my game. Performance improvement when too many map active chunkies need to be determined. Okay. Let me see. Detect projectile to character hit. Does this happen? Is this dependent on the active chunks? Determine characters in distance. Map key and distance. Determine. I don't think I. No, I don't care about active chunks. So hitting characters should be possible. Can I kill them? Detect character death. I go over all active chunks. Okay, characters cannot die if they're not active. Let's fix this. Map active chunkies. What is an active chunky? If the player is near a chunk, it should be active, I would say. It's the first condition. There are probably many more. Okay, chunky. If player near a chunk, it should be active. Oops. If an enemy is aggroed in a chunk, it should active. Don't know if aggroed was correct value or if I had more model extension. I have enemy type. Is it? Yeah, I have is dead and next tick time. look here if I was hit recently. I think this is an information to go on aggro. Only I use this to alert close enemies. Well, this is the first and easiest part. I just determine chunk. This might be easiest on my leveling character when he moves. I think okay, this character has not an own, but it has its own ticking. Where do I tick? Tick player character. Move character tick happens here. Determine near chunks for active chunk. Just the game for now. Oh, it's the wrong way around. It's gonna be complicated, at least in the future. Near chunks for active chunks. This could be similar to my detection. Let's see how I did it. Determines character and distance. Determine map key and distance. Might already be good enough for what I need. Position. This will be the camera or the player. Map max distance. It's not exported. Let map keys. I need my character. I need the map. I need a distance. Let's take 1,000. Let's do game map out of this. Now let's just say map point chunk is in a near map keys. Will it work? Yes. Is it good enough? Might be. I do it every tick. The calculation should not be that complicated. I think it should work. Does not. Detect character death. Do I care if this chunk exists? Don't think I care. So I'm checking for chunks that do not exist. I have an undefined deterministic distance. Here. Check if it's undefined. But it feels like I should check it in here. But this could also be if I return not existing ones, I could create them. So depends on how I use it in the end. So I will check its existence. Well, then I need to check it here. Well, the way around would be easier. So let's make a parameter, let's say. Add undefined, no, add not created chunk keys. I'm not quite happy with the name, but I think it fits. And I'm in the wrong function. Determine is a distance. Yeah. Quite. Yeah, I have these two. I clicked something accidentally. I am interested if a chunky distance no. Oops. If this is undefined, we continue. Yes. But this and we continue. Looking correct. I can say don't add undefined ones. It works. Can I? No, losing HP. I'm in the negative. He does not paint. Interesting. But most of the stuff works. Where do I paint? Are they never active? Does painting care about active? I hope not. Tick does not paint. Anna does paint. Paint characters, get player characters. Is paint player characters? And paint map now paints the characters, I think. Paint chunk. If an enemy leaves his chunk, then he is not painted. And if I reload, the map exists, so no enemies will be created on already created map tiles, because I delete it. I need to think about creation. I have fixed position with one enemy, which is a type I no longer use. I think I need a new function. This on init. If I start new, I need to create for all chunks enemies. Do I? Move all map characters. I remove them. Because I want to reset them. And I need all keys. And existing map keys. With object keys. I need the game. Keys of game state map. Chunks. get the chunk for a key. Shorten a bit. And if I have 0 in here, we create enemies for this position. Interesting. I need the chunk. I have the chunk. Need IJ and the map and an ID counter. I have everything. I need to know somewhere I determine the chunk IJ from with a key. I think so. I could just copy paste. Here, this is it. I have no, this is from a position, not from a key. Okay, I did not found it. Let's create it. I have my key. I need to split on the underscore. Now I will get 2 results. I is y, and so the second. This is the first, I think. And he thinks it's a string, but I need a number. So, I forgot, is it int? No, is it string pass or something? Pass int. Yes, pass int. It's let's try. Map and ID counter game state. Could work. Let's try. Does not look like it works. Nope. Because I don't call it. Simple as that. I export it. I init here. So let's create them new after I reset this game. Interesting. Partly it works, but not in each direction. Oh no. I have enemies. They are painted. At least these are always painted. Interesting. Something feels off. How do I find out what's all wrong? So first of all, I cannot kill. I can kill. Okay. Okay, I can kill, but they cannot die. I think this is a problem. So, game. You have some unused stuff. I detect character death. I go for all active chunk keys. I set them to that equals 2. The character iterator. And if they are dead, enemy is dead. They should not move. Go to the respawn logic. Where do I set respawn on time? It's complicated, so maybe I need to debug it. If I don't have the time, I set it, and then if I have it, okay, it's in here. How can I efficiently debug? Is a debug position I can also not die. But where do I die? Detect character death. This included player characters in the past. Still now? No. Detect character death also needs to detect player death. I need to edit. It's not map based. State players links. Well, state players character is my character. Now I can check if HP and it's not dead yet. Then char is dead equals 2. Now my player should be able to die. One to me. He died and disappeared. I died. I can't kill a few of these. I cannot hit them. This is a problem. The hitting is not working. Hit detection. But it's... I think I can no longer hit them if they're no longer in their own chunk. This makes sense. Of course, I only check the chunks which are near. Yes. If a character moves, I might need to change the chunk they are in. But if I move them, they're not aware of the chunks they belong to. If they know the position before and after, I can check chunks, and if it's is player is a boolean, could give this in here. If it's not blocking, if need to determine if I change my chunk, but if I change the chunk, I need to know more. This is false. This is enemy. I tick them and the ticking happens. Tick character in map it happens. Tick map characters. Is it this? I go over chunks and I give in the chunk characters, and these I go backwards, so I can remove them from one chunk and add them to another. Okay, which means could probably put in the current chunk. Do I? No, it doesn't know it. Also, I just can calculate it. So ihr can let current chunk key if later this will happen, I change it. So I have the current chunky is current chunk I is character y divided by map dot tile size multiplied map dot chunk length and floor. The same with x for y for j. I could chunk I is equals character was just y. If well, let's calculate all directly. If this is not equals this, and no, just one needs to be different. Not equals. I need to change chunks. So it mean current chunk key would be chunky. I need map. Chunks. Current. Chunky. Dot characters. And here I need semi-move. Choose. Splice, I need to know the index. I can find the index, but is there a simpler? Let's just Google script array remove object. Some array. I want to achieve some array. And shift, slice, splice, pop. Well, I know of, but I need then to use two methods, but it's probably what I need to do. Filter. Okay, filter might be the most fitting. This is what I would have thought. I need first finds index and then splice. This 12-stick split. Let's use the filter one. Element name, element one equals character. And also need to set this. And map chunks, new chunky. Characters push. We can push the character here. Now, if the chunk changes, we change it. Here we are a player. We are not chunk related. Let's see. Strange stuff happens. They are now faster. I'm also faster. That's two enemies which move from one chunk to another. They get ticked multiple times. So I cannot just change its chunk anywhere. It's not good. Do I do this for every character which moved? Which would be let's try something else for a moment. I remove the moving for enemies. Oh, I myself cannot move. Now I can move. Don't know why. I can't hit these enemies. I can't hit these enemies. So there's still yes, I can lose HP. I run like this. Okay, here I know here are enemies. So hit detection seems to work. I somehow destroyed an enemy here. And now I crashed the game. A lot of bugs I have here. Stop JavaScript and I can. Let's first I double my speed. If I go left, yes. And then it's doubled forever. I have an idea why it happens. Do I? Do the move? Move character tick. I never use this player. As this is a problem. I don't want to do for non-players. If not a player, then I need to do the chunks thing. Basically, I added a midnight player to a chunk and the ticking happened twice. This should be fixed. Now I have the paint issue. For some reason. Interesting. Did I switch? I guess he thinks these are out of my vision, but if I make it bigger, he thinks they're in vision, so I might switch something up in the values. I can... Why did these die? Always interesting. Die if I hit him. So a lot is still off. I can also... I think I have the... No. Here's my test button still. Didn't I fix the test? I'll have to look later. Character tick. So I have the first feeling that some painting logic is off. If I paint characters, these are player characters. Paint map. Each chunk I paint, I paint the character. Chunk characters, camera position. Look normal. I give in the character. I determine if I have to paint them. So let's paint X. X is related to width. Subtract character size. So if my X is smaller, or if my X is greater, the width of the canvas. Usually this sounds good. Let's comment it out and see if it looks better. Nope. But this confuses me. The chunk is painted, so I should also paint the characters, don't I? I paint. It's painted as long the paint tile determines if it's not required to be painted. Paint characters. There's no way this does not happen, I think. But if I paint the characters, they have to be painted. If it's dead, I don't paint it. Should be correct. It's not that they suddenly all die. Okay. How do I... but it's dependent on the size of the window. But I also moved this check. So I should even paint it even if it's outside. This is most likely a chunk border here. So one option is I paint them wrong. X is width, Y is 8. My character position. Maybe move the camera position. But based on that no dot is on a tree or stone, positions should be correct. Which does mean that I currently breakpoints, but there's so many enemies which are painted. $211 somewhere. Now, can I say character and color? I will change to blue. Some enemy is now most likely blue, but don't see one. Oops. Okay. Again. How do I find out? Polymer here. Paint X and paint Y. This is outside. Okay, I make a edit breakpoint. Paint X is bigger than 300 probably, and paint Y bigger than 100. Here, what do I have? 300, 600. This is probably too low. Did I miss it? Because 300 would fit. Edit breakpoint and paint Y smaller. 400, I would guess. 1000. This city. Wait. I can optimize where can get this back. This doesn't look like it was responsible. Now I see where I paint dots. Don't stop on breakpoints now. Okay, here. If I activate them, this is a perfect one. I would guess this is now this one. Let's make character point color equals white. Play one did not work. Do I set the color? I set it here, so in the next frame it might be white. Yes. Okay, now I can edit character color equals white. As this now happens once. Play, go, activate the breakpoint. It does not happen. It does happen. Which means I don't get here, but can now set the same breakpoint here. Character equals white. Oh, I don't break. Go up, break. Here it is. Let's go up the chain and characters. This is all from a chunk. It's bottom to top. For painting, this should fit. Here I paint chunk characters. But here I cannot check if this character is a white character. So I need the chunk. I don't know it here. Paint chunk. No longer needs X and Y. Oh no. Chunk I is a 1. Chunk J I no longer know. -2 plus 1, so it should be -1. 1 minus 1? 1 to the right, 1 up. Yes, this is believable. So I paint the chunk. This has to happen. Let's make a waypoint. And chunk I equals 1 and chunk J equals -1. I think chunk I1, this should be correct. Looking good. I jump over this, it's get painted. If I now need to wait for this to catch up, activate waypoint, does not paint it. But it's being painted. This is confusing. This should look different if it's not painted. So somewhere else is being painted. Does the map get painted? Okay, so the chunk is not being painted. Can I find a reason in here? I make +1 smaller. I start with 0. Are these the wrong way around? Start chunk I is to Y and J is to X. Is the correct way around? I is to height. J is to width. Height is 400, width is 1300. Okay. $1,300 for J. Chunk size. Stop. I would expect some error in here. I'm a bit to the top and to the left. J, it's -2 because its width is high. Should work. But currently I paint it. Let's catch up again. Still only very slowly catching up. Now, just get in here. I am on -2, -2. So I think the I just changed, not the J. But now... it's one somehow, it's better here. -1, 0, 1, 2, and probably 3, and that's it. Now I want -2 again, yes. Now I have -1, -2, oh, -1, 0, no, now I wanted to look which chunk it was. I need to check. -1, 1. Chunk I need to be -1, I think. And this was a 1, I think, the J. So I'm already over it. It's just 1 again. Hmm. Stopped here. This is strange. If I paint the chunks, the paint chunk also should paint the enemies. But it happens always later. So I paint okay, so what might be the problem is that I put enemies in the wrong chunks. This would make most sense currently. So let's C, go here, go in here, take one single character. The character position is minus 300, 660. And I'm at I'm off of course, yes, okay. I have an idea. I put them in the wrong, create fixed position, respawn enemies. I have a chunk. First I, then J. Y and I. Let's start here. I think this is wrong way around. I'm unsure. I is for Y. I need a function for this so I don't mess it up, I think. I have it always the correct order. Let's assume they are correct. Okay, this is also not the problematic position because this is only on recreation. I come in here with a chunk. I get the top left based on this. Calculate distance. Position blocking. Chunk. Chunk. What is a chunk? The chunk I get in here with. There I push. Is position blocking? Because it's always I. Well, if I reload once, so let's think if this is correct. But okay, this was a problem. Now I correctly paint them all. This hit detection works, but now I again am killing only certain ones. I think I fixed the painting of enemies and the creation. Enemy painting looks good. Collision check, a hitting check does not look good. Let's try something. Okay. Take projectile to character hit. If I reduce damage. Hit. Let's put down the character. And can I... Oh, let's keep it at that. Don't hit. But I should. Yeah, I hit something. Okay. Let's go to this code position. I don't want to write in it. I want to... Seems I no longer had any... Here's a position hit. Okay. Let's see. So I hit distance is very low. Projectile is 54223. Five four zero 20. Okay. And the characters. Determine characters and distance. I have here some. Although I add 100 just for fun. The character is 54223. 500 and very little. So this should be around 500. These are acceptable. So the other seems to not hit something. And so which projectile am I? 0. How many projectiles do I have? 2. So let's go to the second projectile. Take it. I am on for 1823. I get the characters. I did not find a single one. This cannot be right. Okay, then again, second prod. No, 0. I want the 1. Okay, this is my projectile. I have only one currently. This is not painted yet. Confused, but let's accept it. I have my projectile. I want to see what's in distance. My map key in distance is just 1. Okay, let's accept it. Let's get the chunk. If chunk undefined. No, we have a chunk. We get the characters. We have chunk Y620. Something seems off. My character was... No, not the character, the projectile. Was on Y23. So they are all already too far away based on Y. This means determine map keys and distance is off. If I don't put in wrong values. Looking correct. What does he want? This is acutely to get in here. Max chunks, max distance. Max distance divided by chunk size. Is 1. Yes. I only need to look one chunk further. Start with -1 and go to 1. I and Y is usually correct. J and X is -1, 0. Let's get the distance. It's 1000. Maybe I need to look in here. -1, 0. I need to have debug information to see which chunk I'm in. But I don't have them currently. But he says this chunk is too far away. I would expect position is 434 and so the x is 0 and the y is -1. -1 would be from -320 to 0, so it's not too far away. And x is 0, so it's the distance is too big for my first understanding. Which means this is not correct. Let's go in here. I know I'm on -1, 1. Mm-hmm. Oh, I have a lot of logic. My position is was v4, 2, 3. Is the y chunk? Top chunk. Top chunk is based on I, y, so I'm between. This position is greater. I'm not in it. Let's look this. Left chunk is 320. Cos yes. The position y is smaller, which is the case. This is 2. And left chunk. No. It has to be greater. This is not the case. Next check. Is x bigger than -320? It is. Is it smaller if I add 320? So is it smaller 0? No. So I guess it's parallel. Not parallel, it's the diagonal case. Is position x smaller than -320? No. If is it bigger 0? Yes. Is it Smaller 320, yes. So this case is it. And now I calculate the distance. Did I miscopy paste? Left chunk plus chunk size. I assume position X is greater than this. Looks incorrect. I think this has to be here with what I wanted to do. Is it also incorrect for the other ones? Left chunk is the plus. Yes, it's incorrect. Here I have to edit for both, so these two could be incorrect. Let's switch them up and see. Although they're not all the cases. Well, it's unlikely. Where was I? Determine map keys and distance. Calculate distance to map chunk. And here I assume I do it in the wrong order. This goes here. This goes there. Still not hitting. I killed one here. But I'm now guessing that this function is the cause. I'm in character. Determine characters and distance, no. Calculate distance to map chunk. I have minus V1, position is 300, 130. I am 300, both positive. This is far away, this is near. Let's see where I go in. Left chunk, this was near, I think. 320. Well, it's still too far away. So this is the condition I get into. Yes, x is greater. So I have to use top chunk plus chunk size. And left chunk is bigger than the position y. I have to use left chunk. I would assume these values are correct. And the distance would be around 1,000. 700. I set this distance next. Where am I? Oh, I'm here, okay. Do I have multiple breakpoints? Yes. Again, 766. -2 would be. I currently not interested in here. 500 -2, 1. This position would be a chunk I of 0. So 0, 0 is the closest. Still in the negative. 1,200 would be. -400 -2 is 500 -2 is 800 accepted. -2 is even more. Now a -1. I should get nearer. 300 -1 1 acceptable. -1 0. This should be close. No, it's not close. This value doesn't add up. -1 0. So there are more problems. -1 0 position is. So this is a case for position adds up. So I just calculate distance. So let's make a breakpoint in here, I would say. Remove this. Oh, I have a case for this. I have 0, 0 for position. Both are inside, so I want to return 0. Yes. Next one. 1 0. 1 is outside. 1 is inside. Top chunk. X is. This is not smaller. So now I calculate top chunks minus this. Sounds correct. Now this case. I have -1 0 -1, 0. Why am I in this case? Left chunk 0. Zero for x. Left chunk I and y. This is incorrect. This is an x. Left chunk. Something does not add up. Why is top to bottom, not left to right? Is it just wrong in here? Here I use top again with x. I did it completely wrong. Here I lose top x again, left with y. Do I completely... So the only one that I hit are diagonals, because the flip doesn't matter. Does it fit? Top is based on I is based on y. I think I need to completely change this function. Top chunk. Left is x. Left is x. Top is based on y. I hope I'm not messing up. Top is y. Top chunk minus y. And I calculate with top chunk, so I make it a y. Top chunk is top chunk, left chunk, left chunk. Maybe yeah, I didn't recognize the problem. I switched it here, hoping it would work. Top chunk on x, now I put in one y, left chunk I put it on x. Now I need to switch them again. Because x is a okay, here I did it correctly. Not seeing the problem. Okay, top y, left x. Top y, x, left. Means that I mix this up. Left, top, left, top. Now it's hard if I... difficult to see if I missed some code. Top y, top y. left eye. Here slowly. Something feels off. Top chunk plus chunk size. Make left chunk plus chunk size. It's a top chunk. I didn't need to switch it. Left chunk plus chunk size. 3 errors. I would only expect 2. No, it's still the random one. Okay. Maybe now I fixed it. Looking better. Looking far better. Okay. I can hit my enemies now. Okay. Let's... the moving part is I cannot activate it, it will break. Let's get my test running next to see if the performance improvement did do enough. Game test. Add enemy to map. I think something with the test did not work. Add enemy to map. Undefined. Okay, if I add an enemy, the map hopes the chunk exists. Should the add enemy to map care about creating the chunk? Why not? Although the chunk creation creates enemies. Does it? Where do I create new chunk? Create fixed position, respawn enemies. Okay, this is maybe wrong here. Who does create new chunks? Find all references. Map and the map paint. The map paint. Get map tile. This is all inside of painting. It's always dangerous for my... This is something I need to change later. Map painting does create and map tiles. Painting does, should not. Then let's get it back in here. No, it's bad for my test. But I can just build my own function for testing. Create new chunk without this. I think this function is not test create new chunk. No, this can test for creating chunk, create new chunk. But it's for this test, so it's not exported, which should be fine. Let's import stuff. Generation. Create new chunk tiles. For the test, I need to export it now. This is bad. It's basically not good if I need to export for test cases, but it's how it is now. I can let enemy x, no, let's call it x equals, oops, wrong position, was y equals did I removed one too many? Give me, is this x? Yeah, this is x and y. Or pose x and pose y. I no longer have enemies, it seems. Create new chunk. It's not perfect. If net key equals this, map chunks key flash it undefined, then I return no. And I don't need to return it in here because I set it. I need chunk A and chunk J. I could also calculate it in here. Don't need the ID counter. I could now just say new chunk. I have a map. Pose X and pose Y. This is now wrong way around. Because I need wrong pose chunk I. Let's call it Maßsprung and floor. By map. Tile size. Multiplied by map. Chunk length. Same for the X. And this could work. Create the chunk before. Let's go to map generation. Here I add the empty characters. I test, I messed something up here. Do I need one more bracket? I believe it could work. I have not deleted the console log. Again, we need to do it. Interesting. I remember I didn't like Ohm's performance variations. Firefox. Not now. Give me my console. 1818. Feels longer because the creation of 1 million enemies probably takes so long. I want test. I detect projectile to character hit. Okay, they get hit. Number enemies. Add enemy. How much HP does this character have? It dies directly. I have the color, then the move speed, then the HP. This is the HP. Yes, okay, let's make 1000 HP. So it does not die. The rest doesn't matter. We have an ID counter, character. And let's do, well, I started with one iteration. But to see, I want now 10. Let's do it 15, 5. This is a big jump. Let's do 100 iteration and see what happens. Yep, okay, let's take it. Even take the first. And now we have an 100. Again, Firefox. 100 iterations. This is a performance improvement of 2000%. 2000 times faster, which is exactly what we wanted. This is looking very good. So now our game can handle 1 million enemies, more or less. At least if they're not all active. I need to activate moving again. And this will create more problems. But let's see. There's also a new problem. But dangerous. Somehow I can still hit bad upgrades. Looks like I should still first paint the maps and the characters. And I should gather all characters in one object, and I can move them. Let me... But... Okay, one good upgrade. Oh god. Did enemies become invisible? The double speed enemies. Very good. Okay, I can hit them because I actually... Ooh. Stop running so fast. I change their the chunk they're in, so everything works because of it. But I think when I respawn them, I don't correct the chunk. I cannot hit them. But it's more or less playable currently. I died. But I want to get strong ones to see if the game runs smoothly once I am very strong. Okay. This is a good point to pull them into. They barely reached me. T-shirt. Multi-shot for more spread. Shooting faster. They can now spawn behind me. Oh, there are still problems. And they spawn with double speed. Okay. I think this is a change I can still do today. Game. Tick map characters. It happens here. So I go over all the map chunks and then tick them, which is bad. because I move them in from one string to another, they gain double ticks and move faster. So I can let all characters is equals a array of characters. We started empty. We can I push chunk characters in here? I'm not sure. Pens new elements. It is an I can do an array. What does he want? Of type character, not assignment to character. He doesn't want. So I'm currently unsure. JavaScript array add array push array. Concat is probably the one I must search. Okay, good. Perfect. And at the end, I tick all characters. If I tick all characters backwards, I hope this is better. Interesting. All characters, chunk characters, tick characters, all characters. It takes an array and for the length. Starts empty. I'm confused. It looks good. Let's see. Character. Still open. 30 und here I conquered it. And how long is all characters? It's empty. Length 0. Doesn't he get in here? Again, what does it? It returns the... Okay, I see my problem. What? Did I? Yes, I made it. I need to set it. Now it's fixed. Let's do it again. Did not reload. Now it's here. It's now they want to me. Perfect. Now I should not tick them twice, I think, at least. Now I have the paint problem. Okay. I have wieder super fast enemies. I have an idea why. That kill me. Okay, the respawn is problematic. Respawn pushes them in a new, changes the chunks, they don't notice it, and then there are 2 chunks where they tick. I will try to fix it. Where do I reset my character? Respawn logic. Reset enemy. This is no longer enough. I need the map. I have my old position here, which is perfect. Need the game map. If I need my chunk key is let's make a function for it. Export function position to map key position, and we have, that's all. No, we need the map. We need the map values to convert it, and we return a string return something for now. We have should I just, let's see what happens. I have, nope, these are the wrong. These are the correct. And wrong. Correct. This is mass point floor of pause point. Why? Because I have I as the first value divided by net map chunk size, map point tile size times map point chunk length divided this pause mass point floor pause x divided by chunk size. Position to key could be correct. Now I have this function I can use. I put in the enemy and the map. Now I have the map chunk key. And now if this is a des map chunk key, let spawn map chunk key be this. I need enemy point spawn position, and if they are different, I need to switch the enemies. Need take map chunks. There's map chunky point characters point. What did I do? Filter? I think I filtered. Where my character is not my enemy, and throw this in here. So I get all but this, and for map chunks spawn map chunky characters, I push the new one. Now, where do I reset the enemy? Here. I have the game, so I can get the map in here. And it could work. Okay. Just barely miss my turnaround timing. So come too close. Okay. Survived. Slowly, I'm getting stronger. Until now, no insanely fast enemy seen, so I might have fixed it. Now the painting is still off. The respawn is looking good. Performance is looking good. Okay. I need to get so strong that I just can run in one direction, which means I need a lot of multi-shot spread. Can a bit more so I can wiggle around. Pretty short. Okay, like this I can. No one. Let's see how long. I can run just one direction. Can upgrade. While I'm running. Let's increase my speed. I think the dot's becoming bigger and maybe my damage is getting slightly too low. Damage. Yes, I think now it's better. Now I'm unsure if the enemies get linear stronger or different. But performance is keeping up. Very good. I'm quite creating a lot of enemies. Stay here for a second. How many? I have 63 skill points. Okay, just randomly upgrade stuff. Still running smoothly. And well, it looks strange. So they hit, but they don't kill. I think the aggro range is not the maximum aggro range. I have a higher range than their maximum aggro range. Because they don't react to their friends dying. There was a small leg spike. Maybe I'm creating the map, the enemies on a certain speed takes up performance. Maybe I need a frame counter, because currently there's so much happening. But it still looks like a decent frame rate, or normal frame rate even. Some spikes in between. Oh, here I have a spike. Oh, you have the infinite case. This enemy cannot reach this guy, so it will try infinite amount. Exactly. And it crashes. Okay, that's enough. Don't send. I know why it happened. And is it in my task, the infinite passing problem? Don't see it. So let's make a bug. Infinite passing problem if enemy surrounded by blocking tiles. Okay. I think I have app activity need to be determined. If player near chunk should be active. This is not quite happening, but I have a working state. I'm still, well, it's actually working, so it's not work in progress. New performance restructure successfully working. I think no major problems are in here. Still have not fixed the old spawning enemies, but not a problem currently. So I will stop here for today. See you next time. Bye bye.